Good morning, everybody. It is September 20th, 2018, and these are your morning announcements. We are having a little bit of rain here in Milwaukee today, which is okay because everything was getting pretty dry. So the rain is kind of welcome. But what isn't welcome is the 87-degree temperature that's going along with this rain. Yeah, it's better than snow, but when it's hot and humid, I don't like working in this weather, but it is what it is. It's been extremely busy at Best Place. We're in our fall wedding season right now, so we're doing like 4 and 5 weddings per weekend. Usually a couple on Friday, a couple on Saturday, and one on Sunday, and it's just been crazy busy, which is why I'm not doing so many videos, because it's hard to get motivated when you're tired, you know what I mean? It's hard to get motivated to do videos when you're very, very, very sleepy. But it is what it is. I'm glad that we're busy. I'm very glad that we're busy. I'm glad for Karen and Jim, who own Best Place, because they can make payroll and do everything that they need to do. And the days go by a lot quicker at work when we're busy, so that's good. But I'm almost 50 years old, so it's hard on my body, but it's like right when I get used to it, the rush is over. Good morning, Robert. How are you? But yeah, so I haven't been doing much of anything. I haven't been looking at Facebook. I haven't been on YouTube very much. I just don't have the time right now. But once wedding season's over with, hopefully I'll have more time to do videos. I'm glad you're doing wonderful. That's awesome. I am too. My mom's been hurting, though. I've been kind of worried about my mom. My mom is 72, and you would know it by looking at her. She hardly has any gray hair. She hardly has any wrinkles. And she's been hurting, though. She's been like having pains shooting down her legs and her hip, and just, it sounds like sciatica to me, but she was worried that something was broken, so MRIs had to be done, and x-rays and tests and stuff like that. And she's still hurting, but hopefully they'll figure out what the heck is going on here and be able to give her some relief, because she's not getting much sleep. So yeah, I'm worried about her. I told her I'm gonna like wrap her up in bubble wrap, because I think that all this started when earlier this summer she fell down and she broke her knee, and I think that made her like walk weird, and I think that all of this is kind of like the result of that injury. So hopefully therapy and the doctors working with her will figure it out, because my mom is very anti-narcotics. I am as well, actually. So if it can't be handled with like regular aspirin or ibuprofen or naproxen, she ain't taking it. Okay? And the doctor gave her some, like, I think it was oxycodone, and she's like, nah, I'm not taking that. So yeah, I'm worried about my mom. So if you think about it, if you guys are prayers, please say a prayer for my mama, because it breaks my heart to see her not feeling well. My little mama. And like Chrissy too hasn't been feeling the greatest. She didn't go to work today. She hasn't been sleeping. She's got like some sort of crazy bout of insomnia going on right now, and she just can't seem to shake it, and it's making her sick, you know? So keep her in your prayers too. Poor thing. It's raining a little harder now, guys. Whew. I can't complain though, because at least we didn't get what they got in North Carolina. You know, my brother-in-law lives in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Thankfully, his house made it through the hurricane unscathed. You know, they did lose power for a few days. Fortunately, he had a generator, so he was able to, you know, keep things going. But he didn't have any, he had a little bit of tree damage too. They have a big old tree in their backyard that lost a bunch of branches, but other than that, he did okay. He boarded up all his windows before the hurricane got there, just to make sure that nothing got broken. And it's probably really good that he did that, because there were a lot of branches and things flying around. But he's in a high area of the city, so he didn't get any flooding, which is good. And my mother-in-law, I think what happened is a tree fell on the apartment building above her apartment and put a crack in the roof, so some water got in. So she has got like some water damage on the ceiling of her apartment, but everything in her apartment was perfectly fine. And she's actually back there now, and her power's on, and she's got air conditioning, so she's all right. But it was pretty scary, you know. Craig said that, you know, they've had much stronger hurricanes hit since he's been living there, and he's been living there for, you know, over 20, I think almost 30 years he's been living in North Carolina, 25 at least. So he's been through 8 hurricanes, and yeah, Mother Nature. And he said that they've had much stronger hurricanes in the past, but this one was so dangerous for them because they were on the northeast side of the hurricane, and apparently, you know, the hurricanes spin counterclockwise in this part of the world, and you know, so he knew it was going to be like a horrible rain event for him. So he was much more worried about flooding than he was about anything else. But they're, you know, they're okay. They were fine, high and dry. Everything around them is flooded. Like, you can't get into Jacksonville. I mean, you probably can now, but like right after the hurricane was over, you could, if you were from outside of Jacksonville and you were one of the people who evacuated, you couldn't get back there because the roads were impassable going into Jacksonville. But, you know, he stayed. He didn't listen to the mandatory evacuation because his wife was stuck at the hospital that she works at. And he didn't want to leave. He and the boys didn't want to leave her there, you know. And he wanted to be able to go and rescue her if the flooding got really bad. You know, he was going to take his jet ski and go and pick her up from the hospital if the flooding got really bad. And then like tow a boat behind the jet ski and get them all out of there. You know, so he had a plan. He's a Marine, you know. He isn't active duty anymore, but once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine, and he doesn't do anything in his life without thinking about it first. So he had a plan. But fortunately, everything worked out. They didn't need it, so that is good. So we're happy about that. I had visions of like their house being damaged, and we would go down there and help them fix it, you know. So I was already thinking in my mind, how am I gonna, if this happens, how am I gonna get off of work, and can we afford to fly? And none of that happened. And I believe in the power of prayer, as you guys know. I'm a big prayer. And I believe that God was merciful to Jacksonville. Unfortunately, though, other places around it didn't get that mercy for whatever reason. And there's still a lot of damage down there. But it could have been a lot worse. I mean, at first they were talking about the hurricane hitting them at like a Category 4, and that would have been horrible, okay? That would have been absolutely terrible. But by the time it got to them, it was a very low Category 2, almost Category 1. So, by the grace of God, they were okay. Well, I think I'm going to end this for right now because I'm getting on the freeway now. The traffic looks terrible and it's raining, so I really want to like pay attention to what I'm doing here. But thanks for watching, you guys, and I hope that you all have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.